Compositing is basically matching two clips together so they look like a single scene or a clip. And it is not easy to learn it at first, but when you try to like understand how the scenes work and how everything works, it gets pretty easy. Just like this, I'm going to composite this into the background so it looks like a same scene. And also, if you want to know how I find these like abandoned houses, just go on Google and search abandoned house background and you'll get millions of these. Like, just find a good one. This one looks good as well. You can download this and just try to do it yourself. It's obviously according to the scene, how the scene portrays and how you want the background to be. Okay, after adding these, just play with the scale and scale a bit, just where you want the subject to be, where you want it to be, where it will look good. I just put it here. And right now we're doing like a fire compositing, so we're gonna add a fire overlay. Blending mode to screen, scale it up a bit, so like good. So the fire, as you can see, the fire in the background does not match one bit at all. They don't look same. They don't look similar. What you're gonna do? Select this. This is the main part. This is like you can do it with every subject basically. You have to do it with every subject. So you're gonna select your subject, add drop shadow, add set matte, add CC composite. Add these three on every subject. It does not matter. Just you have to add these. Do shadow only, so you can see only the shadow, and after that make it behind and turn RGB only off. So you can see it's dark. And now for me, the light is coming from the back. As you can see from the back. If your light is coming from, like, for example, here on this area, then you're gonna change the direction to there and just increase the distance. If your light is coming from that direction, if it's coming from the left, then you're gonna change the direction to left. It all matters on how the light is in the subject, in the scene. So for me, the light is from behind, so I'm just gonna play around it a bit and just increase the softness for the lighting. You can also add tint. To make it black and white. It just makes it easy to edit for the background. You're gonna add curves on it, make it darker, scale it up, just play around with it a bit, just how you like it, just how it will look good. Just curves. There we go. I think that looks good. Add curves on this as well, on the subject, and darken it, lighten it, do everything. Just, it's all on you. You have to use your brain. That's all. You can't copy my settings. I think this looks fine. Also add deep glow, which just makes the scene look like realistic and good. Now you have to composite the fire overlay to the scene. Okay, so add the fire overlay, scale it up or anything like that, just so it looks good. Just how your preferences, it's all in your preferences. And don't worry about these, okay? You can just always add CC reptile and just remove them. It's not that big of a deal. Add the subject, add levels to it, just like that. Now what you want to do is like match the color of the fire with the subject's color. Now you're gonna select red first, and you see this three color thingy. You can click on this and click red as well. Now it makes it all easier because it's all in black and white. It makes it easier to composite. You're gonna change the settings so it looks like it's in the scene, the black and white thing. So maybe like decrease the white a bit, increase the gamma. Yeah, just play around just so it looks good. And now you're gonna do the same with green and change here as well. Green, light, You're gonna do the same with the blue. Just like that, and just go back to RGB. As you can see, it already looks a bit good, but sometimes you have to like tweak it. Just decrease the green a bit. Decrease the green a bit so it looks more reddish. Just like that, just like that. Now, like, it looks good, but it does not match. It looks good, but it's still not the thing that we want. See, there we go. See, that's how it looks. After this, there are different ways people do this. Some just add vignette. You can just add vignette directly, just like that, and just play around with it. Just increase it a lot. Like, personally, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. So I just add new solid. Just make a new solid, just like this. Increase the scale. Take the pen tool and just go like this randomly where you want the shadow to be. Just mask, increase the feather by a lot, like that. Increase the feather, add it wherever you like. Wherever you want the shadow to be, make like 2 more solids. Wherever you want the shadow to be, just make it like this instead of using vignette, because vignette just is a 360 thing and it just looks bad. So just use the mask tool where you want the dark area to be, and then just increase the feather by a lot so it looks good and matches the things. First, just add deep blue on the fire. Decrease the scale a bit. Just put the fire behind the subject and duplicate it. Put it above the subject. Turn down the opacity. Change the opacity by a bit. Change the transform values. Scale it up. So it gives it a bit of realistic vibe to it. And maybe change the time frame. Change the time frame a bit so it looks good. Now you can see this thing. The feet, they cut off. They look. The main thing I do for this subject is pre-compose the thing, pre-compose the entire with the effects. Take the pen tool, select this part, go to the mask, invert it, increase the feather by a lot. See, now it looks like it's fading into the fire. It's fading into the fire and does not look choppy or anything. Now you can add many final touches to it to make it look more dynamic. First, add curves on the entire thing and just play around with it. Just make it dark, make it glow, make it dark. I'm gonna make it darkish. Also, like, you can always go back to the subject and change things. You can see it's like more dark right now, so I'm just gonna make it more light and just decrease the red a bit. And see, it helps a lot. Edit curves, decrease the curves a bit, make it darker. And for me, I hate that hand as well right now. Like, this looks weird, so I'm just gonna add vignette. I'm just gonna darken it a bit like that. It's like barely noticeable. Anyways, yeah, you're gonna play around with the settings just how you like it. You can change around everything. Now for the final touches, use hue saturation, increase the saturation, decrease the saturation, all up to you. Decrease the saturation a bit and maybe like make it more reddish color, make it more reddish. And after that, you're gonna add heat wave. I usually keep it default. The default one is fine. After that, you're gonna add wiggle position. You're gonna make it 510. 510. So it just gives it a jittery look. After that, you're gonna add stress time. It's up to you. I do 12 FPS on fire clips, as you'll see. So yeah, it looks like that right now. All of this, you've composited everything. You want some motion in it. You want some 3D things. You can add a camera. This is the easiest part in the entire thing. You can add a camera. You can add a lot of nulls. Make them all 3D. Connect them, make them all 3D. Select your fire, all of these layers, your overlays, your background, and your subject. Make them 3D. Now in this you have to change the positions a bit, or else it will just look like a still frame. So make the positions of Z, change the position of Z a bit and scale it down. And then just change the positions a bit. Zoom in as well. You can add the zoom in effect as well, just like this. See? Well, you're always gonna add blur. Always gonna add blur. For this thing, right? This above thing. You're gonna add black bars. You have to add black bars. There we go. Now, most people don't add this, but me personally, adding it makes it feel more dynamic and it looks good. So you're gonna add optical flares. Change the blending mode to screen. Change the blending mode to screen. Change the positions a bit. From here, put it here, far away. Screen. Like that. Increase the brightness a bit or scale the brightness. Like that. Maybe make it more far away. Make it from down here. Do everything, do anything you want. We'll go from here. Change the color to red, or just decrease it. See, just makes it look more dynamic. Where is it? This gives it a bit of shine and 3Dness to it. This is how I composite. It's still choppy because I just like force it through, but you have to use your mind and you have to use your brain to make it look good, make it look juicy. Creators, they just use CC packs to make their CCs. They don't know how to make their own CC. They don't know how to make their own things. They just use presets and go like, I'm the best at it. You are not the best at it. Work on your basics. So yeah, all of these things, the fire overlay and everything, I'll just put it in a drive and it's in the description. So yeah, this is it.